Hi guys. Alright, so I just wanted to quickly talk to you guys about, oh, she dropped out her pacifier. How to talk to your kids about one of their siblings having surgery. We talked with, before we even talked to the kids, we had talked to their preschool teacher, Mikey's speech therapist, the preschool psychologist, and the director of the preschool program here in town. And just kind of asked their advice of how do you approach this. Obviously, I don't think it was gonna be a good idea to just kind of, hey, mommy and daddy can be gone for a little bit, and then bring her back. And yeah, not how I wanted to do it. So obviously if she needs emergency surgery, that's how it's going to be done. But so we talked to all of them, and they said, when you're talking to a kid about surgery, especially if a sibling, they're not gonna be too excited, even if they fight with each other. Yeah. My mom can remember when I had my tilt table test done, even though that was just a test, my brother was very concerned about it, and even though we had been fighting for weeks and weeks and weeks, calling each other idiots, and yeah. And even the sweatshirt I'm wearing is my brother's. Yeah. I steal them, and then, like, the sleeves get all ripped up, and then I keep them. But it's a sweatshirt he gave me for my tilt table test. I just realized that. He gave it to me because he said it was nice and warm, and it was his way of saying I care about you, but you better give it back. And that, I was 15, so now you're talking like 12 years later. Yeah, 12 years later, I still have the sweatshirt. But anyways, so, they do care about each other. They do love each other. So obviously, they don't want, they're worried too, even if they're, I don't want to say too young to worry, but kind of are too young to worry. So they said obviously the conversation is going to be different because, I've got a 3-year-old and a 4-year-old. And so they suggested talking to them separately, and, and they said really do it with Maddy there so that, they would understand. So we talked with Mikey first, with him being older, they said we could, maybe explain it a little bit more, not in depth, but a little bit more of, look at, this is going to make her better, she needs it, So when I was talking with him, I said, she's been very, very sick, and she's been in the hospital, and mom's been gone, and, we run her to doctor's appointments and everything like that. And, he's like, well, yeah, I understand that. I said, well, they're going to go in, and the doctor's going to, he has to do a couple of things to make her, has to make her better. And so he proceeded with, well, like Doc makes stuffings. And I said, oh, yes, just like Doc. So he was fine with that, knowing that, oh, well, it's like Doc makes stuffings. But we, explained that, this, after the surgery, though, she's going to, you can't touch her without washing your hands. But we said you can, you can go to the store and pick out your own soap and everything like that. I said, but mommy's going to need help when she comes home. Mommy might, need you to behave. If I ask you to just sit down and read a book for a little bit, or if you can go play, because I'm trying to check on Maddy, you're going to have to kind of not put up too much of a fight. And he said, I can do it. Very big boy. So then we decided to talk to Miss Tiny. And, well, that didn't go over too well. I told her the same, Maddy's been sick, and, she, the only thing that was different is that I didn't explain the after part of it. I just explained, that she's going to be gone for a little bit, the doctor's going to make her better, and that's it. And she was getting a little upset. She doesn't want her to go. She doesn't want, Santa can take back all of her presents. She just wants Maddy. So it didn't go over so well. But, I talked to our teacher about it, and she said, you know, just keep reminding her everything's going to be okay. And it's a hard thing for me because I feel like I'm lying, because I know that there's a possibility of it not being okay. But that's where, you know, the teacher explaining to their psychologist, you need to have that positive outlook for them. They're like, even if you think that it could happen, you just gotta pretend that it won't happen. But I did express concern that if it happens, I don't even know I don't even know where to begin talking to them about it. And so they said, you know, I don't have to do it alone. They said, God forbid that happens. They'd actually bring the kids into the school and, you know, kind of talk to them there. And they said, yeah, it's going to be a hard conversation. And they said, don't think about that until you need to. But know that you have an outlet, so you don't have to feel that you have to tell them alone. So they, you know, this really is just a video just to kind of, you know, give some advice of if you have a little one that needs to have surgery and they have siblings, you know, what to do. Of course, if they were older, like they said, we could have told them more in depth that, you know, she was born with a problem with her kidneys. She will be fine once this is all taken care of. But, you know, she'll have to still be seen and get checked up on. But this is so that way she'll get better. But we don't have to explain that, you know, there'll be more doctor's appointments still. And that this was because she was born with something like this. It's not like she got sick. Well, she got sick because of something. Like they said, we don't have to explain that, because they said, you know, you don't want that paranoia of one of the other children getting it, because they said they're too young to look at it that way. So, and I really hope and pray that nobody has to watch this video for advice, but God forbid you do. I'm just going to say this right now. I will pray for your little one, and, you know, I hope that nobody has to go through this, but I know that in reality, you know, at some point, your little one might need surgery, or you might know somebody that has a little one that needs surgery. So, but, you know, good luck to them, and, you know, she's sound asleep. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.